Hi everyone, this is Becky with Scott Leroy Marketing, and today I want to show you how you can update your marketing profile in Command. So they did just change this. It used to be that you would change it in your settings in Command, but they just moved it very recently. And so I want to show you the new way to go update that marketing profile. So we're going to go ahead, log into Command, which is agent.kw.com with our KW login credentials. And on the left-hand side, we are going to navigate down to our website's applet. So the website's applet is going to look like kind of a browser that's like popping out of a box and has a house in it. So we're going to click on that, let it load. So once it's loaded, you might notice that this is brand new layout, super cool looking. We're going to click Manage Settings. And this is where we're going to find our marketing profile. So the first part that pulls up is going to be our contact information. So anything with a red asterisk is going to be a required field. So we have our phone number, office phone number. If we have a fax number and want to add that, we can, and an email address. So those are going to be those required fields. You can add your website here, not a required field, but you can certainly plug that in if you want that to pull up on your About Me on the KW website. Scrolling down, you have your market center information. So we have our market center and brokerage logo. You can crop the image if you'd like, choose a different image, and then your market center information here. Next, we have my photo. And this is just going to be your headshot and your team logo. So again, has a red asterisk. So my photo is going to be a required field. If you'll note here, it says the recommended size is 360 by 360 pixels. We do strongly recommend you stick to that just because if it is larger than that or is not a perfect square, sometimes it can stretch really funny, shrink funny, or it can just cut off your head altogether, which kind of defeats the purpose of having a headshot. So we would recommend just making sure that it is resized to 360 by 360 pixels, just for it to populate properly across the board. Your team logo, you'll notice it's not a required field. If you do have one, again, we recommend that 360 by 360 pixels. We do recommend that you upload something into your team logo, whether it is a secondary headshot or it is a KW logo or you have a personal logo. We would strongly recommend that just because it can appear as a broken image if you're sending out email campaigns or anything like that. So we just recommend uploading that just to make it, more smooth of a process. Next, we have My Details. And on each page, you'll also notice that we have that save button. So we can just go in and make sure we click save if we make any changes to each of these pages. So under My Details, we have our first name and last name. License number, you'll notice that license number is not a required field. And this is another one that I personally would recommend filling out just because it can occasionally cause errors when you are trying to send out email marketing. Sometimes that can cause an error if you don't have a license number in there. Up to you if you don't have one or you don't want to add it, no need, but it can be helpful. Next, we have professional job title and our team name if we have one. We can enter in a slogan, designations or credentials we have here, and then military affiliations. So we have a bunch of options in here: active duty military, reserves, veteran, military spouse, Gold Star family, military family member, National Guard, and we even have an option for supporter or patriot. So if you want to have that added to your profile, you can certainly select that and add it. And then we have our biography. So this is the biography that's going to be used when you are found on kw.com or on your KW website. So this is that biography. You can add it in here. We can also just expand this if we want to be able to see the whole thing at once. Just drag and drop that corner down and you'll be able to read the whole thing. Next, we have preferences. So this is what used to be in the settings of your the website's applet originally before they just moved this. But this is going to be for your KW site. Do you want to display color home loans, color covered, or neighborhood boundaries on your site? So those are some options you can change if you would like. Next, we have legal footer and compliance. So these are going to be any of those legal footers you need to add. So if you have, an IABS you need to have added, or anything local or compliance guidelines that you need added, you can go ahead and drop those in here. Any links, any images that must be added, or any legal footer text that needs to be added, you can add that all here. If you're not sure what your compliance guidelines are, we would recommend reaching out to your Market Center staff, as they would be the best people to guide you on that, just because they'll have a good idea of what your local and state guidelines are. Next, we have social. So this is going to be your social media links. So we have Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and X, formerly Twitter. So we have all of those in here. Important to note that when you are adding those links in here, just make sure you put the full URL and not just your username or tagline. That way it will actually hyperlink on your site. Next, we have referral links. So you'll have your app URL right here that you can copy. You just click this button right here and it'll copy that app URL. It'll be branded specifically to you, so you can grab that and share it. Next, we have options for forced registration. So forced registration is going to allow you to control how many properties visitors are able to view on your site before they are required to register or sign in. So currently ours is set to unrestricted, but you can have it so they can view 10 properties, 2 properties, or no properties at all. And then you just save those changes. And then we have my subdomain, and this is where you can update your KW site subdomain. So we can go in here, we can change this if we would like, add whatever we would like, and then we would just say claim subdomain, and it would let us know if it's available and update it for us automatically. If you have any questions or run into any snags with any of this, please feel free to reach out to us. Our email is support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we are always happy to help.